Is the one and only GM, and I'm back with another tutorial video. I know I haven't done these in a little while, but I came up with this idea, and I figured this would help a lot of players, because I noticed in Tekken 7, and just Tekken in general, especially in America, people focus on trying to mix people up too much. People try to win matches only by doing 50-50s. And what is a 50-50? I'll give you an example. A 50-50 is something like this. See, Lee has while saying 2-3, that's mid-mid, and then he has a slide. So you have to guess up close if Lee's going to do this or if Lee's going to do that. The issue with playing like that consistently to try to mix somebody up is that you're not always going to get somebody to guess wrong. You know what I'm saying? You might fight somebody that just guesses right on all your stuff, and then you just start losing more and more damage. Especially with a character like Lee that he doesn't really have 50-50s outside of the slide mix up. Like, yeah, Lee could poke you up. Like, I could run up and down 3 you, right? I could run up and down 4-1. But that's mad risky, because if somebody ducks this, I get launched. And somebody eats this, it's just tip damage. Or you can hit confirm 4-2-1 and stuff like that. So a character like Lee, that's a counter hit based character that doesn't get lots of reward for trying to mix somebody up. It's preferred for you not to play like that. But still, a lot of League players still play 50-50 base. But you could do, people do this with every character. They just play 50-50 base. And I learned from Korean players, they personally have told me when I asked them for tips a long time ago to New York, and when I traveled a lot, they always said the issue with American Tekken's focus on 50-50s too much. They don't try to win other ways, safer ways. So today I'm gonna teach you how to win without doing 50-50s. All right. So, okay, let's give you a perfect example. Let's say you got Feng Wei, right, and you do a down forward 1 on block, right, and you notice your opponent always does jabs after the DF1 on back, right. That's when you start getting the counter hit setup, right. See? Or let's say you're playing Lee, right, and you notice your opponent likes to do DF1, right? Of course, you get your Magic 4 combo, right? And that's all just reading timing and knowing your frames. So if somebody does DF1 on block with Feng is 0 and they do another one, your Magic 4 is going to be 11 frames and beat out the thing. So that's a little bit of how to play without, you know, focusing too much on 50-50s. Of course, spacing goes well too. If you notice, you do something like 4-4-2, right, and you notice your opponent likes to dash in with pokes after the 4-4-2, you can get a back 1 as a spacing thing. See, and then you get the shoulder. So that's another way you can do beat someone without doing 50-50s. Another example is, let's say you do something like a poke, right, and you know somebody does a line something linear after you do the poke. You can of course sidestep hop kick or whatever. You can sidestep hop kick, right? Somebody does something linear, I'll show you. See? Then you get hop kick. See? You get hop kick too. See? So that's another way. Basically, you have to make people block stuff and use your movement, or try to get their timing down by just making them block stuff so you could get extra damage. So those some of the ways. Let's do the simple select now. Let's do 2 Lees now. So there's a lot of timing involved in everything, right? You just have to read the timing, the back and forth timing before the both characters. With Lee, I'll give you an example of winning without doing 50-50s. Let's say you do this, right? And you notice your opponent always swings after that, right? You could go into Hitman and get a Hitman 2, right? You get Hitman 2. If you notice your opponent keeps mashing, then you get your whiff punish. See? So that's another thing. Make people play keep out moves and see how they retaliate with that. So you could basically just keep making people block stuff like back 4 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you do back 4 and you notice your opponent always swings afterwards. You could get a quick whiff punish and then acid storm right there. Of course, spacing. You already know about spacing. If you do a keep out move, you notice your opponent always comes in. You could get a DF2. If your opponent comes in. See? That's part of knowing timing. So there's a lot of timing reading and stuff like that to win without 50-50s. Just learn your frames. You know, if you at -1, you could do a high crush, and if somebody does a high, you could crush them. Somebody does a mid, you could do a magic 4, 2, 2, 3, and it kind of. Not only that, if you do something that's like low negatives, you can also sidewalk too. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least sidestep is not that great, but you could sidestep. See? And then launch right there. You see? So use other. These are some of the ways you can win without doing 50-50s. Learn your character, your opponent's weak sides. Use a lot of spacing and keep out to bait buttons or to get a read on a button, a read on a whiff. You might fight somebody, if you play them, they're going to just keep guessing. So you could just keep doing safe mids and stuff like that to get somebody to either press or get somebody to whiff a button too. So these are some of the ways you can win without doing 50-50s. So use your frames, negative and plus. Use your keep out to get people annoyed to come in and run into stuff, or to get people to whiff. A lot of keep out moves are basically moves that push you back, like standing down 4-4, standing 3, stuff like that. Magic 4 even. Use your backdash to get somebody to whiff. Let's say you do, your opponent likes to do DF1, right? You know you can sidestep hop kick, or you could just magic 4 him. That's a way to get damage without trying to do a 50-50. Let's say the opponent is crouching, right? And you don't want to go for a 50-50, but you think he might guess, right? You could easily just slide it while staying 4. And by doing that on wake up, if he ducks, you're +5, right? But if he just stands there and blocks and decides to swing, after blocking it, you get the full whiff punish. You get the full whiff punish. So that's some of the things you could do. I hope you guys like this video. I hope it helps. And yeah, practice with your character. Try to see what you can do to beat people without mixing them up. And basically what it is spacing, reading timing on buttons to get counter hits, spacing to get whiffs, learning when to step so you can get a whiff. And yeah, just beat people based off their timings and their guess habits without 50-50. Because like I said, 50-50s are risky and you lose a lot of damage for low parrying. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Also check out my new sponsor, Factor. Save 50% off on all boxed meals. I will put that in the description. Alright? And check out the Twitter. Check out the Metafy, which is fightinggm. If you want to get booked, book me for some coaching. Alright. Check out my Rogue Energy for the energy drinks. GXDX Racer. If y'all want your own Evo esports chair, please check that out. Check out my Capcom store, Nexus.gg, fightinggm. And yeah, and check out the TikTok too. And please like, subscribe, and tell everybody about my channel, man. My channel, I basically made this YouTube to not only talk to you guys, but also make tutorials to help you guys get better at Tekken. Because I feel like there's not a lot of tutorials out there that help people how to get better at Tekken, and not enough guys to help people. So I hope this guy helps, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, and take care.